Hello and welcome everyone. Today I am excited to introduce you Oculyz. In a world dominated by screens, pollution, and constant exposure to harmful ultraviolet rays, our eyes face unprecedented challenges. Oculyz is just not another like a supplement. It is like a comprehensive eye protection complex that is meticulously crafted to address the modern day threats to our vision. Its unique blend of antioxidants, vitamins, and essential nutrients works harmoniously to shield our eyes from oxidative stress and support macular health and promote overall visual clarity. Oculyz is a product that we all need. My name is Enver Kelekzadeh, and I am a registered clinical nutritionist and a doctor in the field of gut health, immunity, and metabolic disorders. As I mentioned, Oculyz is a product that we all need, as more than 80% of the information and the energy we receive is through our vision. We perceive the world through our eyes, and we receive both information and the energy. And according to the World Health Organization, 2.2 billion people in the world have vision problems, and among them, 45 million are completely, unfortunately, blind. And in 80% of these cases, it would have been possible to prevent vision loss through systematic prevention of ophthalmic diseases. And unfortunately, the trend of vision worsening is progressing. And if we ignore the problem, in 10 years, it will affect 7 out of 10 people in Russia. And the diseases such as cataracts, glaucoma, retinal detachment, and damage to the retina can be related to the body not functioning properly and the deficiency of nutrients, metabolic disorders, and exposure to toxins and vascular stiffness. The deposits on the walls of the vessels and in the lens tissues clog the tubules through which the intraocular fluid circulates. And in the world of like 100,000 adults, there are 11,000 of people with various eye diseases. And among the children under 17 years old, this rate is even higher, 14%, meaning that every seventh child has a visual defect. And 6 to 8% of the child come to first grade with myopia. And by the end of the school, this number increases to 50%, and 70% have vision problems. And nearly 1 in 2 Russians has visual impairment. And here are the just to like overall, just to give like a little briefing about the what are the major eye diseases and cataracts. Basically, these individuals like experience as like blurry or cloudy vision and difficulty seeing low light conditions. And this is caused by the changes in the structures of the lens of the eye, which can lead to significant reduction in the vision. And myopia or like nearsightedness have difficulty seeing distant objects clearly. For example, they may struggle to read highway signs until they are just like few meters away. And glaucoma, which is a disease in which the intraocular pressure increases and leading to damage to the optic nerve and loss of vision. And the retinal degeneration, also known as macular dystrophy, is a disease that causes gradual deterioration of the central area of the retina, leading to loss of central vision. And diabetic retinopathy is a condition that occurs in people with diabetes or high blood sugars, resulting in a damage to the retinal blood vessels and consequently the retina leading to loss of vision. And here is the global structure of visual impairments. In the globe, the 826 million have farsightedness, which is like an age-related presbyopia. 196 million has age-related macular degeneration. 146 million of people have diabetic retinopathy. 124 million has refractive disorders. 165 million have cataracts, and 76 million has glaucoma between 40 to 80 years of old age. But why eyesight loss occurs? Basically, what causes of the eye pathology are the hereditary factors, eye strain from working on a computer, certain functional and age-related diseases such as retinal detachment, cataracts, and glaucoma, blood disorders, circulatory disorders, photostress, and various infections. And specialists believe that the main cause is the light emitted from various electronic screens and LED bulbs. Prolonged exposure to such sources of direct light can lead to retinal damage. And the main damaging factors for the eyes are an excess stress hormones, glucose, and free oxygen radicals as well. And the modern food lacks biologically active substances that could counteract these dangerous factors. And this peak blue light destroys the photoreceptors of the eye and suppresses the production of the melatonin. And in consequence, eye inflammation and a serious threat to vision, as well as insomnia, a disruption of circadian rhythms, can be observed. And myopia develops for various reasons that complement each other. Heredity. More than 40 genes associated with myopia have been identified. Another variant of hereditary myopia is a weakness of eye tissues. Such people are born with normal vision, however, their eyes easily change shape due to unhealthy lifestyle. So the risk of getting myopia is higher than the others. And the other one is the hormonal changes. Most often, myopia begins to develop at the age of 7 to 12 years old, just before the puberty. But the girls show first signs of visual defects earlier than the boys. In addition, pregnancy, diabetes, and other conditions that are associated with hormonal changes can worsen vision. The habit of reading a lot of sitting in front of the screen can lead to development of myopia in children and adults. Myopia occurs when a person frequently and for long periods of time focuses their eyes on nearby objects such as books or gadgets. And unbalanced diet, in such cases, a person does not receive enough vitamins and minerals that are essential for eye health. And of course, stress. Stressful conditions, like the conditions, can cause spasm in the muscles that control eye focus. And this makes it difficult for a person to switch their vision from near objects to the distant ones. And if you take care of your eye health in a timely manner, in 80% of these cases, these vision disorders can be prevented. And for the prevention of the ophthalmic disease, it is important to make balanced vitamin and micronutrient intake, observe visual acuity, and observe ophthalmologist's recommendation in this presentation. So what you have to do is eat right, monitor your metabolism, and eliminate toxins. Then working on the computer, take break every like a half an hour, 1 hour and a half hour to daily eye exercise, which I'm going to explain very shortly. And keep your vision, like keeping our vision sharp is not only responsibility of the doctor, but is the responsibility of ourselves as well. And here is the Oculyz. Some of the reasons why we need to take Oculyz to maintain our vision: for the prevention of eye diseases. Cataracts, age-related macular degeneration, and glaucoma are some of the common eye diseases caused by oxidative stress that damages important eye tissues. Vitamin C and E, zinc, copper, and beta-carotene are powerful antioxidants that can help protect your eyes from this oxidative stress and prevent the development of these serious eye diseases. It supports for the eye tissues. The retina, macula, cornea, and lens are the most important components of the eye, responsible for absorbing light and focusing and processing the vision. Vitamin A is essential for maintaining healthy eye tissues. It helps produce pigments necessary for visual function and retinal cell division. Vitamin C helps in the synthesis of collagen, basically it's a protein that keeps eye tissues and blood vessels healthy. And vitamins and minerals are essential for maintaining proper eye function and promoting healthy vision in people of all ages. So, Oculyz improve our vision aside. Vitamins such as A, C, E, and minerals such as zinc, copper, and selenium are essential for our eye health. Zinc, for example, is an important for normal sensory functions of the eye, and it helps in the metabolism of vitamin A. It is improves a person's ability to see in different light levels and maintains visual acuity, and it reduces the eye strain. What makes this is the lutein and zeaxanthin in the composition of the oculize. The lutein and zeaxanthin are the carotenoids that are essential for protecting the eyes from harmful blue light and reducing visual strain. Vitamins and minerals are vital for maintaining healthy vision. Sufficient intake of the right vitamins and minerals will not only protect you from serious eye diseases, but also ensure normal vision and overall well being. And here is the full composition of the oculize. We have astaxanthin, zeaxanthin, lutein, L-glutathione, taurine, blueberry fruit extract, beta-carotene, rutin, vitamin C, vitamin B2, B6, vitamin D, E, copper, selenium, chrome, zinc, and complex XBi. Now, what I would like to do is just to go briefly over each of these these ingredients. Let's break down them and see why they are included in the composition of the oculize. Astaxanthin, which is a naturally occurring orange-red pigment carotenoid found in algae, shrimp, lobster, crab, and salmon. Astaxanthin reduces eye fatigue and strengthens the eye muscles, thereby participating in the prevention of age-related farsightedness. Astaxanthin improves focus on nearby objects, which is a problem people face at the age of 45 to 50 or even earlier. In other words, it delays the need of reading glasses with age, and astaxanthin helps reduce the natural process in our bodies called oxidative stress. This process may play a role in many diseases such as aging, cancer, heart disease, eye diseases, and Alzheimer's disease, even, and the Parkinson's disease. In doing so, astaxanthin reduces the chronic inflammation. In terms of the antioxidant properties of astaxanthin, it is 10 times stronger than beta carotene, 500 times stronger than vitamin E, and almost 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. Astaxanthin works as a powerful antioxidant for the skin, brain, eyes, and all tissues of the body. And lutein and zeaxanthin are both present in the macula and retina, where they help filter potentially harmful ultraviolet and blue light, which protect the eyes from damage. They are responsible for different areas in the retina, with zeaxanthin being concentrated in the central retina and lutein in the peripheral area. Lutein improves visual acuity. It helps relieve the eye redness associated with the functional dilation of the network of small capillaries and protects the retina from irritation. Zeaxanthin improves intracellular metabolic processes and strengthens the walls of blood vessels and capillaries in eyes. Lutein and zeaxanthin are not synthesized in our bodies. Therefore, we need to obtain it from the external sources, which is in this case the Oculyz, which is carefully designed to give the right proportion of the lutein to zeaxanthin, which is 5 to 1. Taking 2 capsules will provide 200% of the recommended daily intake. And studies have shown that after 14 weeks of taking lutein and zeaxanthin, there's an increase in the macular pigment density, and most importantly, it remains 9 months after discontinuation. But in contrast, taking lutein alone yields results after only 3 months, but the effect returns to the baseline after after 6 months. Therefore, lutein and zeaxanthin supplements work faster and have a longer lasting effect. L-glutathione is the most important and powerful antioxidant produced by our bodies, but unfortunately, its levels decreases with age. It is essential for all metabolic and biochemical processes in the bodies. And the glutathione prevents the oxidative damage to cells of the immune system and participates in the activation of natural killer cells and T lymphocytes, which are the most important cells in our defenses. Studies have shown that L-glutathione may help reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration by slowing its progression, and the lens of the eye consumes relatively large amounts of glutathione, and studies have shown that glutathione, together with vitamin C, supports the lens health. In addition, L-glutathione is an important antioxidant that supports the body's detoxification system and the skin health. And here are the summary of the roles of the glutathione in our eye health. It basically protects against oxidative stress. L-glutathione is a powerful antioxidant, as I mentioned, that helps protect the eyes from damage caused by free radicals and other oxidative stressors. And it supports the corneal health support, which is the transparent wall at the front of the eye, basically, and it helps reduce the inflammation and improve visual function. Glutathione reduces the risk of cataracts. It prevents and slowing down the progression of age-related macular degeneration. It supports the retinal health and improve visual function by improving sensitivity to light and reducing the blind spots. Overall, L-glutathione plays an important role in maintaining eye health and can help reduce the risk of developing various eye diseases such as cataracts and glaucoma. And it is also capable of restoring antioxidants, vitamins A, E, and C. Taurine, on the other hand, is an amino acid found in the eye and other body tissues. It is involved in the transmission of photosignals. It improves regeneration and metabolism of eye tissues and is an important in cataracts, macular degeneration, high myopia, and other retinal dystrophic changes. It promotes normalization of cell membrane functions and activation of energy metabolic processes of light-sensitive cells. Taurine also helps if there are cataracts, macular retinal degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, and high-degree myopia and other retinal dystrophic conditions. And taurine makes up the 50% of the total amino acids found in the heart, so it is extremely important for prevention and recovery in cardiovascular diseases. It promotes regeneration, increases the level of the antioxidant enzyme superoxide dismutase by almost 20%. Taurine deficiency can lead to vision problems and decrease immunity, muscle weakness, and irritability. And just to recap, taurine helps us to protect us from oxidative stress. It supports the corneal health. It reduces the risk of cataract, supports the retinal health, improves our visual function, and it supports the ocular fundus health. And blueberry fruit extract in the composition of the Oculyz contains anthocyanins, which participate in the restoration of the light-sensitive pigments rhodopsin and improve adaptation to different levels of light, increasing visual acuity at dusk, at night, and reducing eye fatigue. Additionally, it contains vitamins A, B, C, E, biotin, and many trace elements like silicon, manganese, cobalt, chromium. And according to one research study, in glaucoma, taking 120 milligrams of blueberries daily helps improve vision by 30%. Blueberry fruit extract also stimulates the synthesis of glycosamine, which strengthens the collagen matrix of connective tissue. It strengthens the capillaries of the eyes and makes them stronger. It improves the retinal tropism. enhances the flexibility of cell membranes, and helps increase blood flow to the retina. It stabilizes intraocular pressure, prevents cataracts, and protects the eyes from fatigue and irritation, which helps to restore and maintain vision. Beta-carotene, on the other hand, improves color perception. We all have the ability to distinguish colors and see in low light. In its deficiency can cause a condition known as night blindness, provoke dry eye syndrome, eyelid swelling, and scleral redness. And vitamins such as I mentioned B2 is necessary for both nourishing the eyes and eliminating unnecessary substances from the corneal lens. A deficiency of B2 can lead to cataracts, and a person with deficiency of B2 can experience excessive tearing, a sensation of sun, and constant irritation in the eyes, as well as quick fatigue. Vitamin B2 is important for the optical structure of the eye's lens, and riboflavin is a component of visual purple which protects the retina from excessive ultraviolet radiation. It also promotes normal light and color vision. It reduces eye fatigue and improves adaptation to darkness, increases visual acuity, and plays a major role in preventing cataracts. It is particularly important to consume riboflavin in the case of early cataracts to prevent their rapid progression. Vitamin B6, on the other hand, is necessary to relieve eye fatigue, and vitamin C enhances the effectiveness of lutein, zeaxanthin, and blueberry anthocyanins. And also, vitamin C helps maintain the condition of the eye's blood vessels and normalizes the blood supply. This is achieved by strengthening the walls of the blood vessels, thereby reducing the risk of eye hemorrhages. And routine enhances the effects of vitamin C. If it is lacking, there may be a frequent hemorrhages in the eye tissues due to the fragility of the eye vessels. Vitamin E, on the other hand, it accelerates the regeneration of damaged cells. It participates in tissue respiration and other important metabolic processes. It prevents increased fragility and permeability of capillaries, and the retina of the eye contains very high concentration of vitamin E. And vitamin D significantly reduces the risk of macular degeneration, which is the main reason why vision begins to deteriorate after 50 years old. And it prevents the age-related changes in the eyes and maintains the necessary visual acuity. Vitamin D is able to increase the immune response of the eye, and it triggers the recovery processes and is used in the treatment of inflammatory diseases of the eye structures. And zinc, which is a very valuable ingredient for the eyes, basically, and if it is deficient, it impairs the absorption of the glucose by the lens cells and contributes to the formation of cataracts. Zinc supports brain and vision function and may slow down the degeneration of the macula and the yellow spot in the retina. Zinc also promotes the availability of vitamin A for the eyes, and is necessary for the conversion of the vitamin A into the rhodopsin. And zinc is associated with night vision and the adaptation of the eyes to the darkness. It helps reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration and macular dystrophy of the retina, and may protect against diabetic retinopathy. And selenium, which is an antioxidant, is a component of the enzyme glutathione peroxidase, and it determines its activity, protecting the intracellular structures of the eye tissues from free radicals. And selenium contributes to the prevention of cataracts and increases the effectiveness of vitamin E. And vitamin C, E, and selenium are able to repair glutathione molecules that already exist. And chromium, which is involved in the process of regulating intraocular pressure, and it stimulates the transport of glucose to the eye crystal in combination with vitamin C. And copper deficiency causes brittle blood vessels and hemorrhages as well. And these ingredients are combined with addition of the XBi active, which is our bioavailability enhancer. What it means by the bioavailability enhancer is that it increases the absorption of the each selected ingredients up to multiple times, depend on the ingredient. And here are the composition of our patented bioavailability enhancer. It consists of piperine, ginger extract, amla, and fulvic acid. Now, let's look at these ingredients specifically. And piperine, which is an active ingredient in the XBi, it increases the active transport of nutrients and bioavailability of water-soluble ingredients by 40%, fat-soluble by 60%, and it is completely insoluble in 10 times. We can see that how it influences the absorption of like certain nutrients, such as coenzyme, it increases up to 31.8%, selenium, it increases up to 42.6%, vitamin C up to 52.3%, and beta carotene, it increases bioavailability up to 61.2%. And ginger root extract, it helps regulate bowel functions by facilitating absorption. It stabilizes the nervous and cardiovascular system. It reduces inflammation and pain, improves digestion, protects the stomach and liver from drugs and heavy metals. Is also an antioxidant, which slows the aging and protects the DNA, and it fights against infections. It enhances brain cognition and significantly accelerates cell turnover and metabolism. It enhances the natural process of cleansing the liver and blood. And here is how ginger root and piperine affect bioavailability of various substances. So let's look one compound, the first one, for example, from on the compound list, you can see that we have the azithromycin. And if you give a look at it with the ginger, it increases the bioavailability 78%. But if you combine with this, the piperine and ginger together, it will increase further 85%. So that's why the XBi is included in the composition of the Oculyz, because all the nutrients I counted before, like all these nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, together with the XBi, this bioavailability will increase multiple times in our bodies when it becomes digestion. And amla, which is another active ingredient in the composition of the XBi, enhances the transport of blood cells and to and from the tissues. And it's one of the most powerful antioxidants. It increases the number of red blood cells, stimulates the synthesis of hemoglobin. It reduces the absorption of saturated fatty acids and cholesterol by 60%. It helps with poor tissue regeneration. It slows down natural aging process. It induces autophagy. It supports the liver health and help eliminate toxins and heavy metals. And it increases the body's defense functions. This amla has been used for thousands of years in India in many Ayurvedic formulas. It helps the gastrointestinal tract to digest food, vitamins, and trace elements normally. And the final ingredient of the XBi, fulvic acid, which contains huge amounts of supersaturated antioxidants, superoxide dismutases, and enzymes, amino acids, and natural antibiotics and fungicides. Fulvic acid increases absorption of calcium up to 140%, magnesium up to 22%, iron up to 178%, and zinc up to 541%. Fulvic acid has a role in transporting and detoxing properties, and it has a tissue regeneration properties, it has cardioprotective properties, and antioxidant, anti-tumor, anti-inflammatory, and anti-allergic properties as well. Fulvic acid also an important immunomodulatory properties as well, together with antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal activities. Fulvic acid reacts with mineral molecules and breaks them down into bioavailable substances in the form of ions, which can easily penetrate cell membranes. Fulvic acid is the nature's strongest electrolyte and is capable of potentiating and enhancing the beneficial effects of any substance with which can be combined. Due to the presence of the two free bonds, folate has the ability to penetrate into the cells of the body, infect viruses and bacteria and other harmful components, and bind to them before discharging them into the lymphatic, the flow in our bodies. And here is the just recap in the how fulvic acid has a role in the eye health. And fulvic acid, as I mentioned, is rich in antioxidants that help eliminate free radicals. And in the case of the eye health, basically it's reduced the inflammation in the eyes and helps you to keep them healthy and optimally functioning. Fulvic acid is known to increase the body's absorption of the nutrients, and since the eyes have a high nutrient requirement to maintain optimal eye health, taking fulvic acid supplements can help ensure that our eyes are getting right amount of nutrients such as vitamins A, C, E, as well as minerals such as zinc and copper. Fulvic acid, on the other hand, also may promote the eye health by increasing the blood flow to the eyes, which improves the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the eyes. And this can improve the eye function, reduce eye strain, and lower the risk of diseases such as yellow spot degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. And fulvic acid also reduces inflammation. Studies have shown that fulvic acid may help reduce inflammation in the body, including inflammation in the eye. And by reducing inflammation, it may help prevent damage to eye tissues, maintaining healthy eye vision, and reduce the risk of eye-related diseases. And Oculyz complex function. It improves metabolic processes in eye tissues, retinal blood supplies, and slows the development of age-related changes in the retina. It strengthens retinal blood vessels and is an antioxidant effect and protects the eye tissue from the free radical damage. Oculyz complex also provides protection for the eyes during prolonged use of smartphone screens, monitors, and televisions. And Oculyz complex helps reduce the eye fatigue at high visual loads and protects the eyes from ultraviolet radiation and blue light and helps to recover faster after eye injuries and surgeries. And here are some innovations of the Oculyz complex. It contains all essential components in one product. It has the most powerful antioxidants together in synergy, and it uses taurine and the correct ratio of lutein and zeaxanthin, as I mentioned, if you're going to remember, and XBi, which is a bioavailability enhancer and active ingredient for eyes. And it, as I mentioned, we can use the Oculyz to restore our vision. And what else? Basically, for removing pathogens that have ability to affect eye tissues, there are only 4 of them. These are including cytomegalovirus, candida fungi, herpes virus, and chlamydia. As long as these pathogens affect eye tissues, basically no other methods of vision restoration will be 100% effective. You will simply feeding, unfortunately, the parasites in your bodies. And in combining Infratel, Candidel, and Celgard, basically you can have an antiviral and antifungal cross, and you can also basically incorporate Fucoidan immune in this complex as well for removing the pathogens that have the ability to affect the eye tissues. And we can use Oculyz for restoration of the myelin sheath of nerve cells. Lecithin is a part in the myelin sheath of nerve cells, so it is also very important for vision. Copper is important for myelination, and iron in its normal levels is essential for myelin formation, and iron deficiency is associated with poor myelination. Zinc is essential for the proper functioning of myelin proteins, and zinc deficiency can cause problems with myelin formation and sheath defects. And iodine deficiency can impair myelination, and iodine supplementation helps to improve myelin formation in nerve cells. And B12 is essential for the production of myelin and is responsible for the blood supply to the eyes. It produces succinic acid, which is a component of myelin. And also, oculyz is important for nourishing the eye and restoring the eye's blood supply system and microcirculation. Vitamin B1 regulates metabolic processes in eye tissues. Another important function is the transmission of nerve impulses from the central nervous system to the eye and back. Deficiency of vitamin B1 can cause insufficient transmission of nerve impulses in the eyes. This results in reduced nourishment of the visual organs and causing quick eye fatigue and the onset of dystrophy in all eye structures. B3 and B9 stress basically can cause muscle spasm that control eye focusing. This makes it difficult for a person to switch their vision from near object to the distant ones. To help with this, alpha-mind and relaxes can be beneficial if can be cooperated with the oculyz. And omega-3, which nourishes the retina and preventing its degeneration and detachment. Basically, DHA, which is a component of the omega-3, is vital for the health of our eye's retina. And 50% of the cell membranes of visual nerves consist of this acid. And to achieve this, you can take oculyz, 3D matrix, and alpha omega Q10 at least for 100 days. And you can use the oculyz for restoring your eyesight, as I mentioned, but unfortunately, I need to mention of some factors. You need to also eliminate bad habits such as smoking and alcohol. Basically, these two damage the optic nerve and disrupt the blood supply to the retina. People with bad habits are more likely to have impaired color perception and reduced visual acuity. Therefore, it's recommended to give up these habits. And you have to do cleaning periodically. Glaucoma and cataract prevention is simple. A good detox program with our one of the products for Sorbio Detox and other detox products, it can help you. And the habit of reading in transport is very damaging to your eyesight as well. In addition, the direct sunlight, which is extremely damaging to the eyes. It is strictly forbidden to look at the sun even with the sunglasses. It will cause retinal burns and you can get your sight back. It is recommended to reduce the brightness of the smartphone screens and computer monitors and use night mode and night shift blue light reduction mode. And as I mentioned at the earlier of today's presentation, you have to do some complex eye exercise for your visual acuity. What could be done basically is, just to give an example, you can do horizontal eye movements, vertical eye movements, frequent eye blinking, movement of eyelids in the circular clockwise and in the opposite direction, intense contraction and opening of the eyes at the fast pace, and eye work at distance. So you can go to the window, look carefully at a close and clearly visible detail, a tree branch such as that grows outside the window, and a handle on the frame. Then look at the distance and trying to see the most distant object. And each exercise should be repeated at least 6 times in each direction. And here are the just overall useful rules to sum up with you. You have to remove pathogens that have the ability to affect the tissues of the eye, restore the myelin sheath of nerve health, restores eye nutrition and the eye's blood supply system and microcirculation, eliminate bad habits, do a set of exercises for visual acuity. You can also use a humidifier at home, which I strongly recommend it, as the air in the city is very dry, which is bad for your eyesight. And you can take frequent walks in outdoors. This relaxes the eyes and provides the brain with oxygen. It is especially useful to walk in the countryside where there is a lot of greenery and you can look into the distance. Ensure adequate intake of vitamins and minerals into the body. And here is the end of today's webinar. Take care of your eyes because there won't be another pair through which you can see the world. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.